So this trip around the sun for me is about reinvention, the glow up, doing everything that I need to do to live my life to the absolute fullest. And so I was going through some things, some paperwork, getting rid of some mail and stuff like that. And I was reading over, my retirement statements and looking at some other things. And it made me start thinking about some things that you should probably never share with anybody else, because I am working hard on this new phase of my life, and I want to be encouraged. I don't want to be discouraged. So some things I've just decided that maybe I should just keep to myself until I have it figured out. And then I can discuss it with the people I love and some of my friends to see what they think about it and see if maybe they can help me with it. But there are just a few things that as I was thinking about, I wanted to pop on and talk to you guys, because I think there's a few things that we probably really shouldn't share with anybody else. And the first thing is our finances, or details surrounding our finances. I really don't think that we should discuss those things with other people, for a number of reasons. If you are blessed and fortunate and you have, got your finances in order and you've got money and you are able to do some of the things that you want to do, you may not want to share that with people, because there are some people that may be struggling or suffering. These are very uncertain times financially for us here in the United States. And if you are sharing with people your abundance and all of the things that you have, they may be judgmental, or they may be jealous, or they may feel some type of way. I'm not saying that you need to pretend not to have, but if you are blessed and fortunate enough to have your finances together and to be doing the things that you need to do, you may not need to share that with somebody that potentially could be struggling. Or if you are struggling and you're working hard trying to accomplish certain things, maybe you need to keep that to yourself so that people aren't judging you and, thinking about what you're doing with your money. Maybe you need to just kind of keep that close to the chest and not share that information with other people. Because at the end of the day, your finances are your business. Nobody else needs to know what you're doing with your money. Now, if you have a financial advisor or a friend that's been really good at saving and, getting ready for retirement and things of that nature, you can seek counsel from those people, but you don't have to give intimate details regarding your finances to anybody. Keep that close to your chest and only share that with the people that you need to share it to. Another thing that I'm not comfortable sharing, and I don't think other people should be either, are your weaknesses or your insecurities, because sometimes people can play on that. If they know that you have a weakness somewhere or that you're insecure in some areas, they may put forth a lot of effort to bring those things to your attention, or to target you in those areas if you have a weakness. My weakness is my family. If anybody does anything to hurt me or my family, oh, your girl is going to lose it. I'm going all in. I'm going to the end of the earth for the people that I love. And I know that's a weakness. I know that most of the people in my life are adults and they get to make their own decisions, and I don't have to insert myself into those things. But sometimes I just can't help myself. So it's probably best not to share your deepest vulnerabilities, your insecurities, or your weaknesses with people, because sometimes people will exploit those things and, kind of take advantage of them. And none of us wants to have to deal with that. None of us wants to be taken advantage of or to have anything, like that happening to us. In saying that, another one of the things that we kind of need to not share with people that don't need to know are our family or relationship conflicts. My grandmother used to say all the time regarding husband and wife, teeth and gums fall apart, but they always find their way back together. And you don't need to put yourself in the middle of it. And that's something that has stuck with me for a very long period of time, because a couple can be going through something and be mad as hell at each other. But when it's over, it's over. They back in love, everything is fine, they have forgiven each other, and then you on the outside looking in, you mad because something happened that you don't think should have happened. So keep your family business, your relationship business, those things to yourself. You don't need to share those with everybody, because if I get mad and my significant other, and I go and tell my sister and my daughter and my brother about it, and they feel some type of way about it, when I ain't mad no more, they still gonna feel some type of way, and that makes things uncomfortable. So if it's something that's gonna very easily blow over, if you just overreacting or in your feelings, don't share those personal things that are happening in your relationship, or that's going on between you and your children, or something that's going on between you and your parents. Those close knit relationships need to stay that way. Let's not share all the things that's going on with everybody. Sometimes we just need to keep things to ourselves. We need to work on those things. We need to process those things, and we don't need to share them with everybody, because everybody's opinion is not warranted, it's not needed, and it may not be what's in your best interest. So if you don't share those things, you don't have to worry about it. Another thing that I try my level best not to do is I never talk about how much I dislike something or someone. I try to keep those things to myself. I don't want to influence people. I want people to be able to make their own decisions and make up their own minds about things. And I definitely try not to say things or negative things about people, because you never know who you're going to need or when you're going to need that person. So it's in your best interest to not say negative things about people or talk bad about people, because your opinion today may be very different from your opinion in the future. And you want to keep that in mind. You may be upset about something. You go and say some things you don't have any business saying. And then the next thing you know, you need that person for something. Or it may be a place that you dislike, and you may have not been having a good day when you went to that place, or they may have been having a bad day, and then you say all kind of negative things about it. It's going to influence other people, and they don't get to make their own assessment. So I try very, very hard not to say negative things or talk to people about what I dislike about people, places, and things. I like for people to be able to form their own opinions, and sharing your every idea or thought is not necessarily beneficial to the people in your life. Allow people to form their own opinions about things and how they feel. And lastly, one thing I will never do, I don't care, I used to be adverse to having a cell phone, and I used to be adverse to, AI and being online, and I've given in to those things. But one thing I will never do is share my every move on social media. Be very careful about sharing your locations. I think Instagram has a new and recent update that they can show your location down to where you are sitting in a place. So if your locations settings are on Instagram, I recommend that you turn them off if you don't want everybody in the world to know where you are. I don't think when we're on social media like YouTube and Instagram, and I don't think we need to be telling people where we are until we have either left from that place or letting people know that you're away from home until you're back at home, because when you're gone and people know you're gone, they may break into your spaces. People may pull up on you if they have an issue with you. So be very careful about sharing your location and your every move on social media, because we absolutely don't have any reason to need to do that. Now, I don't like to be negative Nelly on these videos, and I've told you all the things that I don't think that you should share. So I'm going to end this video with some things that I think you should absolutely always share. And one of those things is love and compassion. We want to share love and compassion with everyone that we possibly can, because we don't know what people are going through. I believe in giving compliments to people, because you never know how someone is feeling, and if they made you feel better or if you like something about them, you need to let them know. And I try to share a lot of positive energy. I try to spread positive vibes everywhere that I go. I don't like being a negative Nelly. I don't like, complaining. I don't like people that complain. So I absolutely try not to do that. Another thing that we need to always share are opportunities. If you know somebody needs something, if you know that there's some service or resource that's available to someone and they could benefit from it, by all means, share those things, share those opportunities, share positive words and encouragement, build people up, lift people up, and make sure that you do that, because you could change somebody's life. And last but not least, share this video. share my message, subscribe to the channel, like the video. I hope each and every one of you is having a wonderful evening. I know there are a lot of things that we should not share, and we need to keep those in mind, but we want to share the things that may brighten someone's day. So I hope each and every one of you have an absolutely fabulous evening. Until the next time, the Seasoned Lady is signing out. Toodles.